Strategy is the most important thing for developing a product. So, to build a strategy, you need to understand what's the process, what comes before the strategy, and what comes after the strategy. So, usually we start with a vision. It narrows down to defining a vision statement. Then we jump on to building the strategy, which is the plan to achieve those specific business goals, to cater to a specific need of the user. After this, we jump to build a roadmap. A roadmap is something which is like a plan with the concrete timelines of when we are going to achieve what. And finally, all of this gets stored in a backlog, which is nothing but a prioritized list of tasks. Yeah, like a to-do list. Let's start with a vision, because if we understand like why a vision is important, how that is built, we can jump on to understand how a strategy is built. So vision is like a guiding star for all the stakeholders to understand where to invest their money into and what kind of product has to be built. So all the decisions and features aligned to the product are defined by the vision. Vision is usually long term. It's nothing which can change very often. In an ideal scenario, vision should not change at all. It should remain same. And the most important thing is vision helps you to understand on how to use your resources very carefully in an organization for building a product. This means that you are very mindful in utilizing the resources in terms of money, people. So vision technically helps you secure your resources and use these resources very mindfully, whether it be financial resources, manpower, or whatever. If you have a basic understanding of what the vision is, you would know exactly as a company where to invest. So your next question would be how to define a vision statement. To define a vision, you need to understand three key important things. So the first is you need to understand the market landscape around you, which kind of market you are in. Number two, you need to understand like what are your definite business goals. And number three, you need to understand the pain point of your user. Actually, number three is the most important thing, and usually marketing and business goals would be surrounded around with the pain point of the user. So that is the most important thing. And based on this, you will create a vision statement. So a vision statement is something which will work. So whenever you have a confusion of whether we should go ahead building this feature or not, you can go back and refer to this vision statement. It tells you if whatever we are building is actually worth it or not, or if it's actually aligning with the goals, our vision or not. And that's why this vision statement is super important. We have a very interesting framework which can help you to define a vision statement. So for example, here on the screen, you could see for, and then you mention your user, whichever user persona you have, then who, their pain points, which you have identified in the market, the name of your product, like what product you want to launch, is the category or the market in which you want to enter, that, and then your key benefits of the product. Unlike then the name of your competitors, our product, the unique selling points or the USPs you define which are over your competitor. And just by filling in the blanks here, you could probably create a very interesting and definite vision statement. And of course, then you can discuss on it and reiterate. But this gives you a basic structure of how a vision statement can be formulated. So to give an example to this, we'll give you a vision statement for a to-do task app with a company named XYZ. For Indian managers who don't have time, the XYZ app is a productivity app that helps managers save time. Unlike ABC app, our product has a clean UI. So here you could see we have mentioned the user, which is the Indian managers, the pain point, which is they don't have time, product name, which is XYZ app, category, which is a productivity app, it's the category, key benefits, it helps managers save time, very basic. Unlike competitor's name, so we have written ABC app here, and our product has a clean UI, which is the USP of our product over the competitors. All right. So once we have a definite vision there, now we define the strategy. But before we start the strategy, we need to understand what a strategy is. And to understand what a strategy is, it's a high level plan that helps you realize your vision. Again, I'll repeat that statement. It's a high level plan that helps you realize your vision. And that's why we were focusing on vision in the beginning, that you need to understand how the vision statement is built. Now, strategy is something which defines why people should buy your product. Yeah, it tells what is the unique selling point or the differential factor for your product in the market. It also suggests why company and other stakeholders should invest in your product. So it's very important because it technically tells you more about the product, its placement in the market, how you're going to run your business and generate revenue. So there is a very interesting framework which I found online. This is a framework which was built by Roman Pichler, and it is known as a product vision board. I find it personally super interesting because it clearly defines the key important elements, and you can simply use this vision board to define what exactly your product is doing, and then in the end this becomes your strategy. Yeah. So let's start with this. On the screen you would see this vision board. This is a product vision board from Roman Pichler, and here you could see there are a couple of categories here. There is vision, there is target group, there is needs, there is product, and business goals. So 5 categories are there. So vision we already defined based on the framework which showed previously. Then we have the target group. Target group is basically the users you want to build the app or the product for. Then is the needs, where you define the pain points of what exactly is required by the customers. Then you define about your solution or the product, like what kind of unique solution you want to bring in the market. And 5th is the business goal. So in the business goal you would define about like what your company goals are, so that you can come in alignment with the product, with the pain points and the business goals together. And this could be like revenue generation or creating new channel for income streams or anything, yeah, whichever which aligns with the KPIs of your company. So for example, TaskEasy is a to-do list application designed for personal productivity. And we will try to create a product vision board for this application. So we'll try to basically make a strategy for this application. So how would we do this? First of all, we create a vision statement, which is technically we can use either one of the previous frameworks or define something like this, very quick and dirty. So here our vision is: TaskEasy aims to simplify daily task management, enabling users to organize their lives with ease and efficiency. The target group for TaskEasy are individuals who need a straightforward and a user-friendly tool to manage their daily tasks and increase personal productivity. So very simple. So in the needs section, we'll define some pain points which the users were having. For example, they require a simple interface that allows quick task entry and organization. Yeah. Second would be the ability to set reminders and deadlines for tasks. Third would be mobile accessibility for task management on the go. So this could be some kind of needs, maybe based on some kind of user research can be mentioned here. Then third is the product. So product defines what exactly is the idea or the solution you want to bring in the market. And TaskEasy is a mobile and a web application that offers, first, an intuitive drag and drop interface for organizing tasks. Second, customizable notifications for task reminders. And third, cross-platform synchronization between devices. So you could see that these product solutions have been majorly based on the needs. So needs column, we mentioned these are the problems or the pain points. And in the product section, we are trying to find a exact one-to-one solution to these problems. And finally, there is a business goal column. So in business goal, you would mention about the company goals or company KPIs which you would like to align with your product. This could be, for example, reach 10,000 downloads within the first 6 months. This could be achieving a user retention of 30% after the first month of use. So people do not uninstall the app on their phone. They stick with the app because they like the app. This is retention. And then generate revenue in app purchases of premium features, because obviously without revenues, it's difficult for businesses to sustain. So this could be a very cool example of how we could use product vision board by Roman Pichler. Excellent. What is the advantage of doing all this circus? Yeah. Why do we have to find a vision? So we understood that vision is required to make the strategy. And but why do we make a strategy? So there are key advantages of creating a strategy via product vision board, because firstly, it helps you to give a clarity about what you are going to build and how you are going to build. Secondly, it helps you to align all the stakeholders on one thing, because this is like a concrete board where you can have open conversation dialogues with other stakeholders and do necessary changes as and when required. Thirdly, it helps you to define and focus on the key elements of the strategy. It's very common when we are building the products that we get deviated if we don't have key points to focus on. And this tool, you can just print it out, stick it in front of you, and always be focused on what exactly has to be built, on the key pain points, on the key solutions to these pain points, and also aligning with the business goals. So it's very interesting. It's a very good communication tool, as I explained previously, to tell other departments of what exactly we are trying to build. And it is also very flexible, because if there is some change, which is bound to happen, that you can add those things here very easily. There is also an extension of this board which is available, which has competitors, revenue streams, cost factors, and channels in it. And I'll very briefly explain, because once you have a basic strategy built, these elements to add on as a product vision board extension, this is also, by the way, from Roman Pichler, can be very, very helpful. So the additional 4 factors which you could see are competitors, which means that what the competition is trying to do. Second is revenue stream. So where would you get the money from? Like, what are you going to sell? And this could be important for many businesses to sustain. Third is cost factor. Cost factor would be the column where you would write your expenses. So do you have to pay to your supply chain? Do you have to pay other things? Finally is the channel. Channel will be the medium through which you want to sell or give your products to your users. So that is also very important. After this, we jump on to roadmaps. And to understand how to build roadmaps, click here for one of our next videos. Till then, that's Gaurav.